Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is me, Jay, if you're new here, and today's video is going to be a story time. I feel like I haven't done a story time in so long. Also, don't mind my hair. I slept with braids in last night, so that's why it's a little bit messy. But anyways, if you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And without further ado, let's just get into today's story time. So today's story time is going to be about how a party went horribly wrong for me. I don't think I've told this story time on here. It's not about the party that I threw a few years ago. It's actually about a different party. So I was 16 when this happened, and we had to throw our 4th of July party the day before the 4th of July because my dad had to work the night of the 4th of July, so he obviously didn't want people over on a night that he had to work. So I was like, you know what? Obviously, I'm going to invite my boyfriend, which obviously is now my ex. So I invited my ex. We're just going to call him my ex, but keep in mind, in this story, we were together at the time. So I invited him, and he was there like before the party and for a little bit at the beginning of the party, but he had to leave because he had to go do something with his family. So I was like, alright, obviously I'm going to stay here with my family and I'm going to have a good time. And another reason why I didn't go do whatever he was going to do with his family was because my favorite cousin was here. And my favorite cousin, we're just going to say his name. My favorite cousin is my cousin named Ryan. He's just so funny and so fun to be around. So I definitely didn't want to miss out, especially being around my family, because my family can be really funny at times. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna stay here, you know. So basically at the party, it was, I'm gonna see if I can try and remember, since this was literally a year ago. But as I said, my cousin was there, so I'm pretty sure my aunt was there, aka obviously my cousin's mom. And then it was my mom's mom, and then it also was both of my sisters, their partners, and all three of my nieces, and I think a few other people were there. I can't remember, it was a while ago. I know my neighbors were there, because we're really cool with my neighbors. So they were there, and it was just a really good time. What could go wrong, you know? What could go wrong? Keep in mind that a lot of people around my age had a problem with me around here because I was dating my ex at the time. I mean, I don't know why I even fell for him, but I'm glad I did, because that's how I met my current boyfriend, but that's beside the point. So I'm in the pool with my nieces and my cousin, and we're just having a really good time, and then I decide to get out of the pool because, I don't know, I just had enough of being in the pool. So I go and I'm around my family, obviously. We're just kind of all talking, laughing. It was a really fun time. And my dad lit off one or two fireworks, which I love fireworks, even though I have PTSD. It's weird. I can only handle so much fireworks before I start to have a really bad panic attack. By the way, I'm only using the wand on the concealer because I'm almost out of concealer, so that's why I'm doing it that way. So I'd say fast forward about a half hour, right? And as I said, I'm around everyone, and then someone, I can't say who, but just know I'm related to them. No, it was not my parents. That's all I'm going to say. It was not my parents. But someone I'm related to had Mary Jane chocolates with them. And they thought it would be a very good idea, knowing damn well that I take medication, to give me a big ass piece of that chocolate. It was not a little piece. It was a big ass piece of chocolate. So At first, like, I'd say about a half hour goes by, and I don't really feel anything. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I still felt the same. Everything was fine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't feel any different necessarily. However, I was standing in the kitchen with my favorite sister, Brittany. I literally love her. She's so sweet. So I was standing in the kitchen with her and then a few other people. I think my mom was there and my other sister was there too. And all of a sudden, Brittany is like, I think it's starting to kick in. And she didn't take any of the chocolate. It wasn't hers. She didn't have any. She didn't take any. You know what I'm saying? So everyone starts to look at me. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I feel fine. But at that point, I probably just thought I felt fine because right after that, everything went downhill. So I go through the back door and I'm sitting on the back steps and I don't even know exactly what I was laughing at, but I was laughing at some, according to my cousin, really stupid shit on my phone. Like some really stupid shit. So it really could have been anything because knowing me, it doesn't take much to make me laugh. Here is where I'm going to start relying on other people telling me how the night went, and from my very, very small recollection of the events after this point. So apparently I went up to my cousin and whatever I was laughing at on my phone, I showed him, and I'm going to put like the videos and the pictures in here if I can find them. And you guys will see basically how fucked up I was. So I'm basically sitting there dying laughing at my cousin, and I remember that I felt, how do I explain it? I felt kind of like trapped, if that makes sense. Like I was like stuck in a different world and I couldn't get out. Like I was like trapped in this world. I couldn't get out. That's how I felt. It was just so weird. Like I don't know how to like explain it other than that. So then it comes time to go do some small fireworks in the street. I don't know why I was about to say the yard. In the street. And I don't even honestly remember how I got out there. I kind of just like blacked out at that point. And then next thing I know, I was in the street and we were lighting off like small fireworks. And I literally just felt so scared. I don't even know why. I was tweaking, okay? I was tweaking, to put it lightly. And as I said, a few of the people in the neighborhood had problems with me since I was with my ex, and they started staring at me because they were at a girl's house who lives basically right across the street from me. I'm not going to say names, okay? And just know, if you guys are watching this, I don't have problems with any of you. I really don't. I couldn't care less. I don't got problems with y'all. And I just felt so scared. Like, that just made my anxiety go even higher than what it was before. So at this point, I'm like tweaking. And I look at my aunt and my sister and I'm like, you guys need to call 911. We're gonna die. Everyone just stops and fucking looks at me. Like I was some dumbass. By the way, it was only Mary Jane chocolate. Like there was no other DRUG that I took. Besides my prescribed meds. Just figured I'd throw that out there. But I was like tweaking. I was so scared. And that's when I started to really black out. I woke up on the couch in the living room and everything hurt. My stomach hurt, my head hurt. I literally cannot move my own fucking body. That's how bad it was. I couldn't move my own body. I was scared as shit. My mom and my dad were standing over me and they were talking about how basically pissed off they were that I was even offered the chocolate in the first place. And they were considering calling an ambulance, but then they were like, I mean, it's just Mary Jane. They can't really do anything. It's not like she took a narcotic. Which, I mean, yeah, they really couldn't do anything for it. Like, but when I say that, like, my whole fucking body was limp, I couldn't, even my neck was limp. Like, I couldn't move my neck on my own. And that was terrifying, to say the least. Like, I could not move my body on my own. I was literally just laying there like a fucking rag doll. So my mom was like, okay, I'm gonna make her some food. So she goes in the kitchen and she makes me some soup. What? Is that Tater or is that Stormy? It's Tater. By the way, if you hear cats start to fight in a minute, it's because my mom's cat is up here and my new cat doesn't really like the other cats that much. So, told you. So she makes me some soup, and basically, since I couldn't move anything, my dad had to hold my head up while my mom spoon-fed me like I was a 2-year-old, literally. So she is spoon-feeding me, and then I remember I didn't even eat all the soup because I just couldn't. Like, everything hurt. Like, it just was not going to happen. So she was like, alright, like, we can save it for later. And at this point, I was kind of in and out of consciousness. So then eventually I had that feeling in my stomach. And keep in mind, at this point, I'm still literally begging my mom and my dad to call 911 because we're gonna die. Someone's gonna, all of us. And then all of a sudden, I look at my mom and I'm like, I need to throw up. A little TMI, but they both had to basically drag me towards the fucking toilet. And let's just say I didn't even make it fully into the bathroom. I was literally in the bathroom doorway and I threw up over and over and over and over again. And at this point, my mom and dad are even more pissed because I can't keep any food down. I can't even hold my own fucking head up. So I go back, I lay on the couch, and my ex was supposed to come back over. And I haven't really heard anything from him. And I was just like, you know what, like, I was not going to deal with it. Like, I just couldn't deal with that right now because I need to, like, take care of myself. Like, I literally feel like I'm fucking dying. And so I start to hear arguing coming from outside. But I wanted to get up and see, like, what was going on so bad. Because I'm that type of person, once I see a fight or hear a fight, I'm right there. But I couldn't move on my own. And my dad was in there watching over me, and he was just like, no, like, don't try to get up, don't move, just keep laying down, take a nap. And I kept trying to take a nap, but I, like, really couldn't. I was tweaking out of my mind. I was, like, scared. And turns out it was my mom and the family member that gave me the chocolate, and they were arguing, and my mom was basically cussing her the fuck out. Like, really cussing her the fuck out. And my dad's sitting there talking to my other sister, and he's just, like, really pissed off. And so is my other sister. My other sister's like, what the fuck is wrong with her? And I'm like, oh shit. And then eventually, I don't even know how it happened, but, like, I got fucking mascara right there. I'm gonna let it dry and then I'm gonna get it so that when I take care of it, it don't smudge everywhere. Fast forward though, my tweaking ass ends up falling asleep, you know, and I took a pretty good damn nap because it was still light outside. Like, it was like bright as fuck outside. Like, the sun was about to start to set when I was going to sleep. And when I woke up, it was pitch black out, and I felt a tad bit better, but I was still out of my mind. I just wasn't throwing up anymore, and I could kind of move my own body. And then all of a sudden, there's a knock on the door, and I'm freaking out internally. And my mom's like, who the fuck is knocking on the door at 11 o'clock at night? And turns out it was my ex. And he had come back, and basically my mom kind of explained the situation to him. He wasn't too happy that I took the chocolate, to say the least. He wasn't really too happy about that. But to be honest, I don't really care. I don't really care. That's all I gotta say about that. So he's sitting with me on the couch thinking it's fucking hilarious because I'm like so gone out of my mind. And I'm just sitting there with like this blank look in my eyes eating chips. I think it's on one of his private stories, but I don't have access to his account anymore, obviously. I just realized I forgot to blend in the powder and do my eyeliner. So we'll do that in a minute. But yeah, he just thought it was fucking hilarious for some reason. When in reality, I was freaking the fuck out at everything. Like, every little thing was making me trip. And I was sitting there, basically being unable to move. So that was fun. But I somehow ended up, I think I either went to sleep on the couch or my parents literally dragged me up the fucking stairs. Because my room is upstairs. But either way, I woke up in my room and I was like, how the fuck did I get up here? But when I woke up in the morning, I felt much, much better. Like, I didn't feel so high out of my mind. You know what I'm saying? So I go downstairs, and I thought it was just a really bad dream at first. But then my mom and my dad both told me that no, like, it actually fucking happened. And I was just like, oh shit. Like, I was gone. Anyways, this is the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It would mean the world to me. And yeah, bye guys.